Hello, dear students. I hope that you all are safe and fit. In last session, we gone through that particular practical illustration, uh, some sort of three examples, practical examples we seen that, right? But in today's, in this present session, we will carry our practical illustration number 4 with certain new aspects, right? So all of you should very carefully see that if suppose you have any query or any doubt, please ask me anytime, right? So let us start illustration number 4, practical illustration number 4, and the details of example answers for that. First of all, example is required. So the example is given. Selling price per unit rupees 10, trade discount at the rate of 5%. So this is new aspects. Trade discount is at 5%. Material per unit rupees 3, labor per unit rupees 2, and fixed expense rupees 10,000. Then fixed expense will remain constant. All you know that. Then the variable expense is 100% of the labor. Variable expense is 100% of the labor. It means the whatever the amount of labor per unit rupees here too. So you should consider rupees 2 rupees as variable expense same, right? Then the find out, first of all, the find out profit when actual sales is 10% and 50% more than the break-even sales, right? The first question is towards find out profit, the find out amount of profit when for that purpose there is a change in actual sales. It means the 10% and 15%, right? So first of all, in each and every example, the first of all we require to calculate the amount of contribution. Amount of contribution in terms of unit per unit, right? And sometimes in terms of total contribution, that means in terms of rupees, right? So the selling price here the given as well 10 rupees, but trade discount is given at the rate of 5% is rupees 0.5. How it will come? So 10 selling price multiplied by 5% trade discount, so 0.5. Then the net selling price will be 9.50, right? So this 9.50 you will be taken into consideration while calculation of break-even point in terms of unit and in terms of rupees, right? So this is our break-even, selling price per unit, right? Then we carry the calculation of contribution, right? Then how contribution? Simple. The formula is, you know that the formula is C is equal to S minus V, right? So C calculate with the help of the selling price per unit and variable expense, right? So here the selling price, right, and the less variable cost. And another terminology that means we see that in theoretical portion is that the variable cost is also known as your marginal cost, right? So we can say that the variable, all the total of making total of variable cost, it becomes the marginal cost also, right? So material rupees 3 per unit is given 3 rupees, labor 2 rupees, and here the variable expense rupees 2. How it will come? 100% of the amount of labor. So whatever the whatever the price per unit of labor is rupees 2 here, right? Then same thing it will consider as a variable expense as rupees 2 same, right? So then the find out contribution is that S minus V, and S here 9.50, and total variable cost per unit is rupees 7. Make it total of material, labor and variable expense. So 3 2 2 4, then 3 plus 7, so 2.50 contribution per unit, right? First of all, you should require in any example, right? If the single year data or single information is given, suppose, right? Then through that to find out B, we can calculate the B. So break-even point in terms of units. Break-even point in terms of units, right? And here you can also call as that break-even cells in terms of unit also, right? So F, what is the formula is that F divided by S minus V. So F is given well, fixed expense 10,000, then S minus V, S stands for rupees 9.50 minus variable expense is 7 rupees. So total units sold at break-even point is 4,000 units. So this is the break-even answer, right? Then now the actual portion of the first question is start, right? So this is the common requirement to fulfill the given question, right? So actual question answer is start, right? The answer is the question is actual sales is 10%. Actual sales is 10% more here. The word is more given, right? So the actual sales in terms of unit we calculated the 4,000 units. So 4,000 and multiplied by 10% more. So plus here, so 400 units. Now the actual sales is increased by 400 units, right? So here 4,400 units is to consider, right? Now again calculate the contribution. Why the contribution is needed? Why? Because of you have to find out the amount of profit. You have to find out the amount of profit. So let us start with the new contribution. Is that the contribution is equal to 4,400 units. That is, we can call as that selling unit multiplied by contribution per unit. So total contribution is 11,000 in terms of rupees, not in terms of per unit, right? So rupees 11,000 contribution. Then the less fixed expense, it is 10,000. Then the amount of profit rupees 1,000. Right? See, this type of formula we seen in the theoretical portion is that C is equal to F plus P. Right? But I have the amount of contribution and fixed expense. So the profit, either profit or loss, it is calculated by way of this. Right? So the formula is which is given in your book. C is equal to F plus P. And if you want to calculate the profit, then simply you just adjust with the P with C. Right, or you can say F, right? So P is equal to C minus F, right? You can calculate the profit easily, right? This is the profit, right? When at the situation is the actual sales is 10% more, right? And now the 15% more than the break-even point, break-even sales. Break-even sales, this break-even sales likewise that we can call as that 4,000 units, right? This break-even sales, again I repeat, this break-even sales is here 4,000 units, right? So in that case, in both the case you have to find out the amount of profit, right? 10% we seen that how it will come, right? And now when actual sales is 15% more than BEP sales will be that means the 4,000 units of BEP sales is there, right? Then increase 15%, so 600 unit increase, right? Then again you are required to calculate the contribution, which is same in case of 10% increase actual sales, right? So contribution is equal to 4,600. How the 4,600 come? This 4,000 all and plus increase 15%. So 4,600 total. Multiplied by the selling contribution per unit rupees per unit 2.50. So the total contribution in terms of rupees is 11,500. Right? When the total contribution in terms of amount is required to calculate. Right? When it is when it is possible, right? See, the contribution in terms of rupees is needed only if the find out profit in terms of rupees, and if you have given the information, it means the fixed expense in terms of rupees, right? So in that case, the contribution is required to calculate in total rupees. It means that in terms of amount total, right? Other than per unit, right? Then less fixed expense, that cell remains constant. Then find out the profit. Then profit will be 1,500, right? See, I hope that you got my idea, right? For find out profit in case of 10% and 15% cases, right? Then the second thing is second thing is, I mean that the second step you require to find out loss. See, this is the profit related calculation, and then the further is the find out loss when the actual sales is 25% less. Then break even pre-BEP cells, likewise that. Here in this case find out profit, and here in this case find out loss. In that case, when the situation lies with us that 25% less than BEP. So let us calculate 4,000 break even point we already calculated, right? Here 4,000. Then the 25%, it means the 1,000 units, right? So let us start from here. The 4,000 minus 1,000, then this 3,000 is to be considered while calculating loss. So let us find out again that contribution, total amount of contribution is required. It is needed while calculating loss, same as in case of profit. So C is equal to 3,000 units new. Here you can write as S, cells unit, multiplied by 2.50. This is contribution per unit. So total contribution in terms of rupees is 7,500, and here the fixed expense is given. So you can see here the amount of fixed expense is more than the amount of total contribution amount, right? So the whatever the result will be, it is always in terms of loss. Always the result will be always in loss. So here the loss is to 2,500, right? So here the profit is 1,000, and here you got the loss is 2,500 minus sign, right? So this is the second answer, right? And now the last thing is that to earn profit when to earn profit of rupees 2,500, and you are required to calculate the how many percentage of sales the BEP sell, right? The BEP sells, right? See, the how many percentage you are required, right? You are required to calculate how many percentage increase or decrease. So for that purpose, you have to calculate the sales required. Likewise, let's see, sales required. In bracket, BEP sales, it means sales required, right? If this type of information is given, either profit or loss, right? So you just adjust with the F plus P. Here the P is 2,500, right? P is 2,500. So simple F. See this formula, excluding amount of profit, simply F divided by S minus V. We already calculate the BEP with that formula, right? 4,500. We got the answer, right? But in case if you earn profit amounted to rupees 2,500, so you should add it in fixed expense, right? Then the divided by S minus V. So the next step is likewise that the 10,000 plus 2,400 divided by 9.50 S 50 S, then here the variable cost is ₹7 per unit, right? So 5,000 units you get 5,000 units, right? So you just compare it this 4,000 units, and if you earn the profit amounted to ₹2,400, then the break-even cells, new break-even cells, or you can call as that the cells required, right, is 5,000 units. So by comparing these two units, the break-even cells units, right, without the change such situation, the 4,000 units you get, and if the profit is there, then the unit will be changed, right? So on the basis of this 4,000 and 5,000, you can calculate the percentage. This is your actual question, right? For that purpose, you require both unit without change and with change, right? So for that purpose, this formula will help us to calculate the new break-even cells unit, or also you can call as that cells required, right? Cells required in terms of units, right? So the percentage is that the all DP is 4,000 units, right? Then if I increase the 1,000 unit, that means what? See, here the 4,000 units old, right? And here the 5,000 units new. So the change is that 1,000 increase. 1,000 increase if the profit earned ₹2,500, right? So with the help of these both the units, right, you can calculate the percentage. How many percentage increase in unit, through that you get 2,500 profit, right? So here the 4,000 units, then 1,000 units is increased, and suppose 100 unit is there, then how many percentage you get increase, right? So 4,000, then 1,000 unit, then if 100 units is there, then 25% is increase. 25% is increase. If the cells is increased 25%, it means the 5,000 units. In that case, you earn profit ₹2,500, right? So another way is to calculate the percentage of cells at the break-even point, right? See, the 1,000 means the more units sold, 1,000 more units sold, then the actual unit is that 4,000, and simply if you want to calculate the percentage, then you put here the multiplication with the 100, right? Then answer will be always in percentage. So here the 225% is here, right? So I hope this entire example you can understand, and after you seen this video, right, if you have any doubt, please all of you can share with me without hesitation, right? So next example we will continue in this session. So next illustration is number 6, right? See, before we carry the illustration number 6, we just continue with the practical example, right, other than illustration. So we switch over to the practical example number 1. Practical example number 1, right? Yes. Here, the practical example number 1 is practical example number 1, which is given on page number 367 in your book. So, what are the problems? Is that example? The question is that, see, the estimated units is equal to 1 lakhs. 1 lakhs unit is there. Fixed cost amounted to rupees. Fixed cost amounted to rupees 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs rupees. Then the variable cost per unit. Variable cost per unit is rupees 10. Then the selling price per unit. Selling price per unit is rupees 20. Right? Then decide the break-even point. First of all, find out simple break-even point. Right? Then second thing, if the selling price is reduced to rupees 8, this is first and second. If selling price is reduced to rupees 18, then what will be new break-even point, right? So let us we calculate the given problem one by one. So first of all, if you want to calculate the break-even point, you must require to find out contribution per unit in each and every example, right? The related example, right? So first of all, let us calculate the contribution per unit. Now the answer is the find out the contribution. Contribution is equal to simple S minus V, right? So here the 20S and the variable cost per unit is 10 rupees, right? So 10 rupees per unit, this is your contribution, right? Then the find out break even point, right? So B, simple formula is BF upon S minus V. Here the specification is not required, right? So you can calculate in terms of both. In terms of both, that means you can calculate in terms of units as well as in terms of rupees, that means cells. You can call as that break even cells in terms of rupees, right? And break even point in cells units, right? So F is given well, right? So fixed expense 5 lakhs rupees and simple 20 minus 10, it means C, right? So 5 lakhs divided by 10, so 50,000 units, your break-even point units, right? And if furthermore, suppose I want to calculate the break-even point in terms of rupees, that means break-even cells, right? So simple, whatever the units of BP in terms of unit, 50,000 here, so 50,000 multiplied by simple selling price per unit is 20. So 10. So 10 lakhs rupees break-even sales amount. Here the break-even sales unit 50,000, and here the break-even sales amount at rupees 10,000. So first problem is short, right? Then second point is that if the selling price is reduced to rupees 18, reduced to, that means the selling price here, instead of rupees 20 of selling price per unit, you should take into consideration of rupees 18 if selling price is reduced to, right? If the word instead of reduced to, if the word reduced by is there, so you should take the difference. And if the word is reduced to, right, so same amount of selling price will be consideration to calculate the new break-even point, right? So new BEP find out new BP. If suppose find out new BP, so again it required the new contribution. Why? Because of there is change in selling price, right? So if change in selling price, right, then the resulted into the change in contribution per unit. So let us first calculate the contribution. So S minus V, here the 18 instead of 20. Why? Because of this is the selling price reduced to rupees 18. Then in that case, what will be the new break-even point? So here 18 less variable cost, it is same. So contribution is 8 rupees, right? Then the find out new break-even point, right? Next, see simple terminology here. You see the fixed expense remain same, right? Then selling price here change, rupees 18 and here rupees 10. So here the 8 rupees per unit contribution we already calculated. So the answer is 62,500 units, right? Same formula is required, right? See, this is your second problem and its answer. So I hope that you all of you can easily understand, right? Again, I am telling you that if you have any query, any doubt, you just contact me, right? And in next lecture we will see the practical illustration as well as the practical example. So thank you all of you. You just safe, right? Fit, I order, right? Thank you. Dhanyawad.